What's up, black people? I'm just kidding. There's more than just black people here, you know that? Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you. It's always a pleasure. Today we're going to talk about some very interesting things very quickly across Africa, and it's going to be a good time. Your first time, hey, thank you very much. You're welcome. My name is Zack. We appreciate you here. We like you. We want you here. We want you to stay here. Here we talk about the motherlands. It's like a family, okay? It's not just news, it's a vibe. Before you get started, can I ask you to do this? All of you. It's done. It costs you nothing. We feel appreciated. Thank you. Great stuff. Today we're going to talk about Zimbabwe. You see the map? Zimbabwe is helping Botswana, okay? With what? With Arvs to suppress HIV, because a lot of people in Botswana are being unalived.
I really appreciate the gesture that has been given by Zimbabwe, especially of the donation of 20% that has been given to Botswana, and on top of the total dispatch or a consignment that really shows that we are one as Africa.
I know you thought Zimbabwe was a useless country. You're going to be shocked about that. Then we're going to go to Jamaica. Jamaica is grappling an aftermath of the Hurricane Melissa. Very sad situation in Jamaica right now. We need to touch base. Jamaica's our brothers. We see you. We love you. We appreciate you. Wagwan, mi boss. We get back to that. And then we're going to Guinea-Bissau, where a coup has been foiled. Yes, a coup d'etat against the government has been foiled. I know we don't talk about this country very, very much. That's Guinea-Bissau on the map. We're going to talk about this right now, and it's very important. And then we're going to one of my favorite African countries, Tanzania. This country here, where the President Suluhu has been re-elected president. We spoke about this a couple of days ago. How it was havoc and mayhem happening. What's happened really? You need to find out about this. What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. Let's jump into this because we don't have a lot of time. Now, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, this country right here, is going to assist Botswana with ARV drugs. You know what ARV drugs are? Yeah, those are the drugs you need when you have HIV, so you can live a normal life. Okay? You need that drug to keep you alive, basically. So HIV is not AIDS. I know a lot of people say AIDS. Oh, she's got AIDS. She got AIDS, especially in America. It's not the same. Okay, HIV is the virus. And AIDS is when you've reached that level. You know, your body can't fight no more. You have no more resistance. Your immune system is dilapidated. That's AIDS. That's when you... But HIV is just a virus. It can be controlled. You know, there are things... Today, it's not 1990s anymore where people were unalived imperatively with HIV. It was a death sentence. Things changed. So today, people take ARVs, sometimes every single day, to keep them alive. They can live a much longer life than some normal people, actually, that die of other things. Look, HIV is, you need to prevent it, but it's not the worst of disease. I'm sorry. There are many things that are crazier than that. Crazy, you can't walk, you can't talk when you get injured, you can't heal quickly. When you get a cut, you can't heal the cut. It becomes a big wound and they have to chop your leg. It's bad. There are bad diseases out here. Okay, now let's get on track. So Zimbabwe is going to assist Botswana with ARVs amid shortage. Yes, Botswana, this country right here, is going through shortage of ARVs. Zimbabwe is going to give 30% of ARV for free and 70% on a loan. Congratulations. Piga my coffee, baby. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. We want to see African countries helping other African countries. Why should the help always come from heaven, another place? Africans should help each other. That's what it is. Ubuntu is about giving one another. I remember many years ago, also, I was in a situation, I later saw it in a book as well. I was very surprised. Many years ago, I remember my mom would sometimes send me, go ask for something from the neighbors, you know, go ask for something, go ask for onion, go ask for cube magi. You know cube magi? Magi cube? People put it into stock, they put it in food. It's very delicious. You need to try that stuff. Magic cube, you usually find it like in Central Africa. Anyway, so my mom would send me to other people, go to the neighbor, go get some salt, go get some sugar. I'm like, why do you need sugar and salt and onions? And we have it, you know. I didn't understand. She never told me why. Because the neighbor from time to time, I know the neighbor was poor. From time to time would ask, can I get some sugar? Can I get some oil? My mom from time to time will ask. I didn't understand why. It's only when I grew up, I read the book. And in the book, the woman explained. It said the reason why I'm asked, because the child asked, the reason why I send you to the neighbor is because the neighbor is poor and we have some means. So we don't want the neighbor to feel bad. My mom never told me that. I only discovered that when I read the book. But she was doing the same. She would send me, go get some onion, go get some sugar, because the neighbor asked almost every day, and she was doing that so that the neighbor doesn't feel uncomfortable asking. Anyway, let's get back on track. So that's the mentality Africans had, because we're losing it. Ubuntu, helping each other, supporting one another. Zimbabwe is supporting Botswana, who's a neighbor, brother, okay, with ARVs. Why? Because Botswana has the highest HIV rate in the world. One of the highest, at least. A lot of people in Botswana have HIV. Yeah. How did they get it? That's a subject for another day. We're going to discuss that. But yeah, Botswana is one of those countries. You have Botswana, you have South Africa, you have Eswatini, you have Lesotho. You can see geographically, it's in the same area. So something must have happened. Right? Or what? We're going to find out about that soon. So great news is Zimbabwe is come forward to do something. How is Botswana doesn't have ARVs? Well, there are many factors. One of the factors is the fact that Botswana also was benefiting from PEPFAR. PEPFAR is a program by the United States of America to help poor countries, including shuttle countries in Africa, to get ARVs for the HIV people. So when you do kloof bam bam in Africa, you get HIV. United States of America will send you PEPFAR so that you can stay alive. Yeah, I know that's dark comedy and stuff. You just gotta get with it. Anyway, so ARVs come from the US of America, helping Africans so they can go to government hospital and acquire those ARVs for free sometimes, or very little money. Now, with Trump coming into power, he suppresses ARVs by suppressing PEPFAR, because he felt like people were not dealing with the US in the right way. Trump said no more US aid. He stopped it. When he stopped it, many African countries are feeling hit. Now, Zimbabwe is one of the few countries at least, that developed their pharmaceutical ecosystem. Under the new national pharmaceutical strategy, Zimbabwe is now building a self-sustaining pharmaceutical ecosystem with NatFarm, which is the national medical store, coordinating supply and distribution. So Zimbabwe, meanwhile, was building his own pharmaceutical equity. Now that America said we are not sending you tablets, Zimbabwe can produce. Congratulations. Piga makofi. That's why Zimbabweans and Botswanas get along well, because it's family. We like that. Anyway, let's move on track. Now we're going to Jamaica. Now, Jamaica is going through the most right now. It's not a nice or pleasant situation. I love Jamaica. Jamaica is currently grappling with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. I don't know if you heard about it. It's a Category 5 storm that caused widespread devastation across the island. Very, very sad. I was planning on going to Jamaica in December. Yes, I wanted to go spend New Year's Eve in Jamaica. I'm very disappointed. So many things are destroyed. Home, infrastructure, power lines, they were severely damaged. They're talking about 66% of Jamaican public right now living without electricity. So it's very, very sad. And also, Jamaica's ambassador abroad confirmed that Starlink satellite systems are being set up to improve emergency communication. Starlink, obviously, it's Elon Musk's system of internet, which doesn't need any cables or whatever, gets you satellite internet. That will allow people to communicate. Now, Starlink was in Jamaica, but not as spread on the island. But now it's an opportunity for Starlink to spread. Now, it looks like they are doing good right now, but it's also a business opportunity for them. They will sit forever. Now they will sit forever. I see you, my brothers from Jamaica. We see you. We appreciate you. We're sending you good energy. They say many shelters have been established. They're talking about 521 emergency shelters have been activated across the country. And in these shelters, obviously, you can get food, you can get shelter, you can shower, you can get medicine. And we hope things get well soon. Now we're going to Guinea. Guinea-Bissau. There are multiple Guineas. This one, that one, there's another one, but we'll talk about it some other time. Guinea-Bissau was colonized by the Portuguese. They speak Portuguese in that country. As you know, a lot of Europeans came into Africa, colonized the land. They split into small countries, and every country started speaking the colonizers' language. They speak Portuguese. Actually, they don't really speak Portuguese. They speak Crioulo, which is a bastardized Portuguese. It's a little bit like Pidgin. You see, Nigerians speak Pidgin. They speak Crioulo. It's a Portuguese version of Pidgin. Anyway, what's happening in Guinea? There was a coup attempt in Guinea that was foiled by the government. Several generals have been arrested. But before we talk about that, you need to understand what Guinea is about. Guinea is right here on the map, as you can see. It's got some very interesting things about it. Guinea is one of the only countries in the world where traditional African religion, Islam, and Christianity coexist almost equally and often blend together. These people blend African tradition, Christianity, and Islam together to create a very interesting religion. And they live in peace among themselves. Number two, Guinea is one of the places where women choose their husband, like matriarchal system. Women choose their husbands, not the other way around. So there's a group of people, obviously not the entire country. There's a specific area where women choose their husband. They manage properties and they lead religious ceremony. You know, it's a very, very interesting place. Obviously, besides Portuguese, they also speak languages, local African languages like Balanka, Fula, Manjak, Mandinga, Papel. Anyway, so there was a coup attempt in Guinea. It was foiled. Several senior officers were arrested, allegedly for plotting to disrupt the upcoming election in November. They have an election happening in November. Why? Because they have to have an election, supposedly. But the election is coming too late. Why? Because the election was supposed to take place in February. And the president pushed things the way that made him feel comfortable. So people are not very happy with the president, this guy, Mbalo. They feel like he's trying to, to take the power forever, to be authoritarian, to control everybody, to shut every dissident. So that's what it is. People are unhappy with the president Mbalo due to concern over constitutional violation, delayed election, and growing authoritarianism. It's very sad, brother. It's very sad. Black people like to persecute other black people. I'm going to put it very bluntly. Black people love persecuting other black people as soon as they have power. Am I lying? Am I lying? Show me one president in Africa you can insult. Because you, and you won't do anything. Not even insult. You can speak sideways about. You say he's not competent and without you having problems. There are very few countries, maybe one or two, where you can actually speak outside about the president and they're not going to send some special forces or special people looking for you. Africa is sad, my brother. I'm sorry. Africa wants freedom and liberty until they get it. They want power. Once they get power, they forget democracy. Africans want democracy until they get power. When they get power, they want to kill democracy. Because naturally, Africans were not democrat. They lived in society where there was a king, and the king's word was everything. The king decides whether you're going to breathe or you're going to die. And that's the same mentality they bring into modern government. Presidents think they are kings. They can decide over your life. Now, people in Guinea, why are they trying a coup? Because they're tired of Mbalo. They feel like he's pushing the election, he's controlling everybody. They're not happy. Now, who is Mbalo? This is Mbalo right here. Mbalo is a friend of a president from Tunisia, this guy here, Said. Now, this Said made a comment saying that because there are many sub-Saharan African. Okay, let me put it this way for you. You see Africa? On the north is Northern Africans. Most Northern Africans look lighter in skin, like this man here. Okay, some of them perceive themselves as Arabs. Some say they are Berber. Anyway, some also claim they are Africans, but some say they are not Africans. They are more Arab than Africans. Not all of them, but some of them. Now, in that side of Africa, you get a lot of discrimination towards black people from those lands, because those lands have black people too. Some people believe that black people in those lands, in the northern, were taken during Arab colonization, because Arabs also colonized black people. They don't talk about it a lot. It was very bad. Some people believe black people lived there before Arabs came. That's why you find those people. But those people are still mistreated up until now. They are treated like slaves. Nobody likes them. Now, this president right here from Tunisia made a comment saying that because there are so many black people coming from sub-Saharan Africa, going north, looking to go to Europe, because a lot of black people from sub-Saharan Africa try to go to Europe through, you see the space here? It's Mediterranean Sea. They will cross with the boats and try to get, they think life in Europe is better than Africa. Now, some people, because they cannot cross, they will go to a land, they will stay. So a lot of them have been staying in Tunisia. This president said it's a planned technical thing they're doing. They're trying to change the demography of Tunisia. So these black people coming from all these countries in West Africa and stuff are going through Tunisia with the goal of making babies so they can have more black people there and change the demographic.
And then there are the vicious campaigns by paid individuals, foreign agents, and suspicious organizations aiming to undermine the Tunisian state, who are now talking about issues related to Africans. We chose during the COVID period to distribute medicine and aid to Africans, and we are proud of our African identity. But as for their current reaction, their interpretation today is that they want to change the demographic makeup of Tunisia. They have organized and taken action. They have taken money, as has been said in many other sectors, to undermine the Tunisian state and harm the Tunisian people.
Once he said that on TV, okay, people in Tunisia got very angry. The next day they started unaliving black people, beating them bad, throwing them in the desert. Imagine the desert is like the sea. You don't know where you are. If they leave you there, you're done. Yes. Now, Mbalo, when this president did that, said that, and it was havoc across Africa, people were angry. Why can he say that? Why does he do that? Why, because of him, now black people are being beaten up in this country? And Mbalo the next day took a flight to Tunisia, went to shake his hand and said, I'm telling you, he's not racist. Look, he's just great man. He's just shook my hand. Yeah, instead of reacting, he was the president of ECOWAS. ECOWAS is this. You see these countries here, they have a group of people called ECOWAS, and they alternate which president will be the top of ECOWAS, or the chief of ECOWAS, or the director of ECOWAS. He was the chief of ECOWAS at that time. He flew to Tunisia to shake this man's hand and tell the people, you see, I told you, he's my friend, he's not racist. Anyway, let's move to Tanzania. Now, Tanzania, the president has been re-elected. 97.66. It's interesting. 97%. That's a lot of people. It means a lot of people love her. 97%. She's been re-elected. The opposition obviously has rejected the result, citing widespread protest and violence during election period. There was a lot of violence in Tanzania. People were very angry, not happy. They felt like many opposition member was disqualified unfairly because the actual government wanted to stay in power. Is that true? We don't know. But a lot of people did not show up for election. No doubt about that. So opposition say, where did they get the 97% if people did not show up? Opposition says 700 people were unalive. Government said 3 people were unalive. Who's telling the truth? I don't know. We know the Kenyan youth went to the border, getting ready to cross into Tanzania to support the youth of Tanzania. They were stopped by the military, but the Kenyans are ready. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. Like I said earlier, Zimbabwe helping Botswana with Arvs. Congratulations, Zimbabwe. I know a lot of people think Zimbabweans are useless. They're just car guards and gardeners and waitresses. No, Zimbabwe is doing some great things. They're developing their pharmaceutical industry. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Jamaica, we see you. We respect you. We're together with you in this very difficult time. Guinea, a recent coup was foiled by the government. But the thing is, once you have one coup, you're going to have another one. I'm telling you, that's how it goes. Because people are tired. Tanzania, President Samia Suluhu is the president again. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.